first met her, she really wanted to impress me.
Say what?
Last notorious figure skater Tonya Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly, during his appearance on the Current Affair television show Tonight.
We fell for each other really hard. We met at first.
Please let Gillooly finish.
She opened up to me right away.
Okay.
Everything in her life, traumatic or bad or happy or that has happened in her life, she told me right away. And in turn, I told her.
Okay.
She had a really, really hard relationship with her mother. I think that probably bothered her the most.
Gillooly will elaborate on that tonight by saying Tonya, quote, had a really hard relationship with her mother. She charged a lot of alcohol abuse and physical abuse from her mom and mental abuse. Tonya had to go to the bathroom once, and her mother would not let her off the ice, wanted her to finish the session. So Tonya had to go to the bathroom on the ice. How do you do? I'm Jim Healy on KMPC Los Angeles and the Golden West Radio Network, brought to you by your Southern California Chevrolet dealer, USA, and Lexus. Dateline, Las Vegas, Tonya Harding, betting move. The Mirage Hotel Sportsbook just got Tonya from 30-1 to 15-1 to win a gold medal in Lillehammer, Norway, Friday night. But that is not as big a move as it sounds. It doesn't take much money, really, to get a horse or a figure skater from 30-1 to 15-1.
Right.
You go from 3-1 to 2-1, or especially from 2-1 to even money. Now you're talking about big money.
Right.
Stay tuned. Dateline, Las Vegas, follow-up figure skating line. Caesar's Palace has the 15-year-old girl from the Ukraine, the 9-5 favorite. 9-5 is less than 2-1. Her name is Oksana, Baiul, the last name. Next to 12-5, which is less than 2.5-1, is the French entrant, Surya, Bonaly, her last name. Nancy Kerrigan's right behind at 12.5-5 or 2.5-1.
Right.
Dateline, Sunset Strip, Tonya Harding's hard life continues.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
On TV tonight, ex-husband Jeff Gillooly says it made her a very hard person. Quote, I used to have her go to parties, and I would say, look, watch what Tonya can do. Cry. And she would just do it. It was amazing.
Cowabunga, dude.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Dateline, Portland, Tonya's profile continued. Deceit was right down her alley. Jeff Gillooly will say on TV tonight, quote, she was an exceptional liar, the best I've ever seen. She lies an awful lot.
Talk about chicken
Continuing to quote, when Tonya was 14, she wanted to spend the night out with a friend. So she made up this elaborate story about being kidnapped and tied up, but the next morning, she escaped.
That is so much crap. Okay.
Dateline, Portland, TV profile one more time. Gillooly claims when Harding, who was 23, was only 17, her family wanted her to quit skating and get a job to help pay the rent. But the ex-husband, Gillooly that is, says Tonya wasn't about to give up her dream to contribute a couple of $100, just to contribute a couple of $100 in rent. So she moved into a one-bedroom shack with Gillooly. 2 years later, they were married. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Dateline, Portland, memories continue. Gillooly says theirs was the rockiest of marriages. Quote, she went away on a tour once. She came home and said she wasn't going to stay here anymore. She wanted a divorce. Complete shock, devastated.
Okay.
Dateline, he's Mr. Sentimental. Did you notice that?
Blow it out.
Dateline, Portland, Gillooly files continued. Tonya Harding's ex-husband claims her violent temper matched her lying skills. According to police, Tonya once threatened a woman with a baseball bat.
Okay.
Headline, Portland, more TV testimony. Jeff Gillooly will say tonight Tonya once threatened him with his own handgun. Quote, she was arguing with me that I'd been with this gal I'd met last summer. She was being extremely jealous. The argument escalated, and she pulled my 9mm Beretta. I said, look, Tonya, that's nothing to play around with. She said, it's empty, and pointed it at the ground. She fired a shot, and it scared me to death. She thought she'd shot herself and laid down on the ground.
Cowabunga, dude.
Dateline, Lillehammer, Norway, attempting to be the first ever American woman with 5 gold medals today. Bonnie Blair came off empty, a 4th in the 1,500-meter speed skating. A 4th for Bonnie Blair in the 1,500-meter speed
She is
skating.
a lovely lady, and my apologies
She is
to
a
her.
lovely lady, and my apologies
She
to
is
her.
a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Dateline, Miami Association and Anticipation Department. Florida baseball Marlins promised a significant announcement today when they called a news conference.
To the point, will you, Jim?
Well, the Marlins don't have a very good nose for what makes news. Their significant announcement amounted to the club's sales and marketing guy, Donald Smiley, 39, adding the president's title. That was what the big press conference was about.
Okay.
Okay. Dateline, Tampa. Guess who again? None other than the long-ago Dodger Dave Stewart got his mitt in the ringer once more over the weekend when he and fellow Toronto pitcher Todd Stottlemyre were arrested for scuffling with police outside a nightclub in Tampa.
Okay.
Dateline, Chicago. Follow-up flashback. Throughout his career, Dave Stewart has had a pattern. If trouble doesn't find him, he goes looking for it.
Get to the point, will you,
Well,
Jim?
when he was pitching for Oakland, Stewart managed to stick his 2 cents in late in this upcoming argument, the tape you'll hear. It was right after a game where White Sox reliever Bobby Thigpen beaned Oakland catcher Terry Steinbach. And A's manager Tony La Russa blew his top during an exchange with a sports writer. The high voice belongs to La Russa, the sports writer first.
I don't want to talk about that bullshit, all right? Okay, but don't yell at me. I'll yell if I want to. I'll yell back, too. No, I don't. Well, then, your interview's over. You don't pull that. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man. Go to around the no way. Guys got about as much sense as a bunch of kids just born. Well, don't take your words out of your mouth for sake. Better act like a human being. Obvious if they watch the game.
Okay.
Dateline, Chicago. Follow-up flashback. That exchange was between Oakland manager Tony La Russa and an AP sports writer in Chicago. Dave Stewart was one of the observers, but instead of letting it go at that, Stewart had to stick his nose in. He shouted at the scribe, "Don't you ever bring your ass back in here."
Don't you ever bring your ass back in here. Say what? Don't you ever bring your ass back in here.
Dave Stewart, if he's not in trouble himself, he'll find some by picking a fight with a sports writer.
Don't you ever bring your ass back in here.
Okay.
Dateline, Los Angeles. Final follow-up, Dave Stewart. However, his most embarrassing confrontation with the law came one off-season in Los Angeles when Stewart took up company one night with a female who, alas, was actually a transvestite. Transvestite unknown today.
Get to the point, will you,
Okay,
Jim?
the transvestite went by the name of Lucille. And Lucille and Stewart were parked in a dark alley here in Los Angeles when police shone flashlights on them right in the middle of their rendezvous.
You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
Dateline, Baja Cal Radio Critique. Listener Henry T. was tuned to Baja Radio just before 7 p.m. Saturday night when a caller asked the host expert is in quotes, whom the Dallas basketball Mavericks should take if they get the number one pick in the draft. Mr. Expert never mentioned either Purdue's Glenn Robinson or UConn's Danielle Marshall, who will no doubt come out and be the first and second pick.
Right.
Okay. Dateline, Sunset Strip, Baja Radio Goofs continue. The listener adds, if you think Baja Radio's host has gone the Leonard Toast route, check out the guy who followed him with the 7 p.m. sports update.
Leonard Toast has lost it.
Continuing to quote, he said even though Arizona was the host team Saturday night, Arizona upsets UCLA. Actually, Arizona was a 9 to 9.5 point favorite. Hello.
Okay.
Dateline, Tijuana, follow-up suggestion. Maybe Baja Radio should next hire Canada's greatest sportscaster. They could also get him to do commercials.
If you drop in at Patterson Motors used car lot in the middle of our 600 block west west on Main Street today or any other day, if you are in the market for a used car, you will have to agree that we have a real bunch of bargain buys on our lot. One thing, you don't need any excuse me. You don't have to you don't need any X-ray to find the value of a Goodwill car. Today we are putting the spotlight on a Corvair 1960 sedan with a 1960 radio, undercoated, minors, mirrors, a gold paint job, and after you drive it, you'll say, no fooling, it's a dandy.
Hello. Headline, New York City selective TV numbers. They say you can do anything you want with numbers.
It's to the point.
Well, CBS TD claims it got a 25.1 rating and 38 share. That's an average for its first week of the Winter Olympics.
You got a problem with that?
No, but it seems considerably higher than most of the numbers I have seen for Los Angeles.
Blow it out.
Dateline, New York City. After getting only the fourth quadruple double in NBA stat history, Player of the Week was almost automatic for David Robinson of San Antonio.
And of course, San Antonio has the river. What is the name of that river that goes through? The San Antonio River goes right through the heart of downtown Los Angeles.
Dateline, Chicago, free agent mania. After 4 years in Detroit, free agent quarterback Eric Kramer signs a 3-year, $8.1 million contract with the Chicago Bears.
You got a problem with that?
Not exactly, but I have a question. How come pro football, despite much higher ticket prices, much bigger TV revenues than baseball, therefore more and better profits, how come the NFL is holding the line fairly well against absurd player salaries?
I don't know.
Dateline, Lillehammer, Norway, more American female disappointments. Peppy, Perky, Peekaboo Street fell from second place going into today's finals to 10th place at the finish.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
First time, by the way, in 5 alpine events, an American lady skier failed to make the medal stand.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Okay. Dateline, Lillehammer, Norway, fast follow-up. Of course, Peppy, Perky, Pretty Peekaboo Street has easily the name of the Winter Olympics.
I don't know.
Well, I do.
Get to the point, would you?
Okay, you wonder how they got Peekaboo out of a name that's spelled P-I-C-A-B-O, but her father supposedly picked it from an Indian origination up in their Idaho home base.
Okay.
Yeah, it chokes me up, too.
Okay.
Dateline, Sunset Strip, fast afterthought. Peekaboo Street is the catchiest U.S. Winter Olympics game since Penny Pitou many years ago.
Say what?
Penny Pitou. Pitou.
Say what?
You know, like spitting. Penny Pitou.
Jim Healy, you're really crude.
Dateline, Lillehammer, person to person. Before walking out on her interview with CBS TV's Connie Chung, Tonya Harding claims she is paying no attention to Nancy Kerrigan's practices. I don't watch her. I don't care if she does clean routines. It all depends on who does what on that day at that time.
Hey, what?
Okay. Dateline, Lillehammer, quickie quiz. Tonya Harding was officially named today, along with Nancy Kerrigan, to represent the United States in women's figure skating later this week. Tonya will skate 8th and Nancy 26th in the 27-woman field in Wednesday's technical program. Nancy got the better spot. True or false? Answer. Did you say false?
Yeah, I did.
Wrong. That's right. It is judged that the earlier starters like Tonya get very conservative grading from judges. The judges don't want to give out too high scores, afraid that somebody will really come along sensationally at the end. So you're not too well off if you draw an earlier spot like number 8, like Tonya.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
On the other hand, wouldn't there be a lot more pressure on Harding at 26 in a field of 27? They say, however, you want to be a late skater, one of the late starters, like movies coming out late in the year. Have a better shot at the Academy Award.
What do you think about the Chevy Geo Jubilee on now at your Chevy Geo dealers? What would you say if we said right now you can get an all-new Chevy S-Series pickup for just, get this, $11,525? Including, of all things, air conditioning. An AM/FM stereo cassette, cast aluminum wheels, and more. That's right. This S-Series package at $11,525 is available only in California. Hey, folks, how would you feel if we said the Chevy Geo Jubilee ends soon? Just kidding. So save now on an S-Series pickup and get air conditioning, AM/FM stereo cassette, and more for just $11,525. Make your money count during Jubilee time at your Chevy Geo dealer. MSRP of California Edition S-Series pickup, including destination, tax, license, documentary fees. Extra dealer prices may vary. See dealer for his price.
Well, I'm here with PC Modem, the computer genius from CompUSA.
Hi, Bob.
PC, I'm finally going to do it.
You going to stop wearing those open-toed sandals in the wintertime?
Well, that, and I'm going to buy a new computer.
Good idea. You going to buy it at CompUSA?
If I say no, there'll be organ music until the next commercial starts.
True. And I recommend the Dell Precision 433 SI computer system. It's a great computer for home or office because it has a large 270-megabyte hard drive and integrated local bus video.
I don't know what that is, but I bet it's important.
It is, because it means it has lots of storage space and helps your computer work faster.
That's such good news.
And the Dell Precision 433 SI computer also comes with popular software like Quicken and the American Heritage Dictionary.
And the Dell Precision 433 SI computer is just one of over 5,000 computer products at guaranteed low prices.
Right. CompUSA is the computer superstore.
You know, PC, I'm glad we had this little talk.
Wait, I give you this first-class counseling, and you call it a little talk?
Boy, a little tense. Maybe I ought to talk to somebody.
CompUSA is proud to be an advertising sponsor of the 1994 Winter Olympics broadcast. 6 LA locations and now in Oxnard off of 101 on the Road Shopping Center. Call 1-800-COMP-USA.
Dateline, Lillehammer, Tonya Nancy up next. This Wednesday's technical program counts for 1/3 of a skater's final score. Friday's freestyle for 2/3.
Hey, what?
Get Tim McCarver to explain it to you.
Well,
Dateline, Los Angeles' biggest newspaper goof of the month. KMPC's John Fels chimes in with a number of faxes from listeners Ron T., Val R., etc., to point out the horrible picture error on page 3 of the LA Times Metro section today. It's in the feature titled L.A. Scene, the city, now and then.
Get to the point, will you, Jim?
Okay, straight.
okay.
Headline, Los Angeles, Faux Pas continued. Metro features about old Wrigley Field, home of the Pacific Coast League Los Angeles Angels, till the Brooklyn Dodgers came here in 1958 and drove them out of town.
Right.
Well, they've got a big picture captioned Wrigley Field in 1954.
That is so much
This
crap.
picture in Metro today is apparently some artist's rendering of a proposed ballpark. It sure as hell was never Wrigley Field. till the day of Wrigley Field's demolition.
Right. Who goofed? I've got to know.
Okay.
Dateline, Los Angeles. Today's giant goof continued. Apparent artist rendering has things Wrigley Field never did have.
Hey, what?
For one thing, a double deck of seats in left field.
You got a problem with that?
Yes, Wrigley Field not only didn't even have a single deck, just a brick, ivy-covered wall in left.
Right.
Okay.
Dateline, Los Angeles. Follow Popa. And what is with the enclosed double deck in right field in today's picture? And what's with the enormous parking lot? Where did all that parking space come from? And where are the houses across the street? Where are they? Where are the houses across the street from the left field wall?
Right.
Somebody really blew this
Who
one.
goofed? I've got to know.
Okay.
Dateline, Los Angeles. Final correction. Not to get picky, but today's Metro story gives old Wrigley Field's address as 41st place and
You
Avalon.
got a problem with that?
Yes, I never heard it listed as anything but 42nd and Avalon, main entrance on 42nd.
Right.
Dateline, Sunset Strip, Tonya Nancy overkill. Don't get me wrong, I'm one of the ringleaders, but everyone's trying to get into the act.
Hey, what?
Well, something called USA Weekend, a publication, has taken a poll which reveals its readers believe Kerrigan and Harding are more interested in gold medals than money.
Okay.
Okay. Dateline, Sunset Strip, Winter Olympics overkill continues. Listener U. Fred thinks CBS TV has been one of the biggest offenders. Quote, CBS bungled the best story of the games, Dan Jansen's speed skating gold, by shamelessly milking the story of his years of frustration without regard to taste, class, or professionalism. CBS blew it with smarmy over-reporting.
Now what's going on down there?
Dateline, Chicago. Easy holiday win today for the basketball Bulls over Charlotte, 118-93.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen had 30 points.
Okay.
Dateline, Lillehammer, week's no story. That Tonya Harding's been on painkillers for the bad right ankle.
Hey, what?
Yes, I mean, if her people didn't have her on painkillers with the two biggest nights of her life coming up this week, they should be arrested for incompetence.
Right.
Okay.
Dateline, Lillehammer, Tonya and Nancy update. Reports that Tonya's ankle not only is better, but so is her practicing. But conversely, Nancy hasn't looked that good in practice and seems to be pouting because Ms. Harding officially made the team today. That's nothing to laugh about, did you think?
Yeah,
Are you? Dateline, Washington, D.C. Former Indiana star Calbert Cheney's out 3 weeks with a left foot injury. So the desperate Washington Bullets signed 7-7 Manute Bol, dropped almost a month ago by Miami.
Hey, what?
Manute Bol, though the former KABC radio sports talk host here, said it differently the time he was giving a rundown on NBA
Well,
Sunday.
let me tell you what I think. I think Kareem should have retired years ago, and I don't know that Michael Thompson is the guy to go head-to-head with the Elijah ones and the New York Knicks center, Patrick,
Ewing.
Pat Ewing, and, Manuel Boat, the New York Knicks center, Patrick,
Ewing.
Pat Ewing, and, Manuel Boat.
Dateline, San Antonio. David Robinson had an NBA season-high 50 points this afternoon. Easy 114-89 win over Minnesota for San Antonio.
And of course, San Antonio has the river. What is the name of that river that goes through? The San Antonio River goes right through the heart of downtown Los Angeles.
Dateline, New York City basketball poll intrigue. Some polls have UCLA 15th and Arizona 11th, most of them, though Arizona probably should be ahead by a bigger margin.
Right.
But they have lost 4 games this season. UCLA only 3. It seems to mean something.
Right.
Dateline, Gainesville, Florida Hospital Bulletin. Baseball Hall of Famer Ted Williams, 75, in fair condition tonight after suffering his second stroke in 27 months. Weakness on his left side, but sitting up and talking. Ted Williams. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Dateline, Gainesville, Florida. Follow-up, Ted Williams. Last major leaguer to hit .406 or to hit 4 over 400. He hit .406 in 1941. Lifetime .344 with 2,654 hits and 521 homers. Sports Ticker tonight says, quote, many consider Williams the greatest hitter in the history of baseball.
That is so much crap.
Yes, Babe Ruth was the greatest hitter in the history of baseball by miles, period.
Right.
Dateline, Houston. Heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield says he is changing trainers for his April 22 title defense against Michael Moorer.
Say what?
Changing trainers. Dateline, Lillehammer, Norway. End of a comeback. As much younger Russian teams won the gold and silver in ice skating tonight. Legendary Britons Christopher Dean, 35, and Jane Torville, 36, failed in their final fling. The winners skated to rock around the clock, the young Russians, while Torville and Dean did an ancient Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers.
Jim Healy, that's your lowest shot ever.
Dateline, Lillehammer, moment of truth department. U.S. hockey team needed either a win or a tie against Italy today to avoid elimination. Well, the Yankees got the win, 7-1 over the Italians.
Blow it out.
Dateline, Lillehammer, quiz time. By finishing fourth today, speed skater Bonnie Blair is still tied with three other American women with 4 gold medals in Olympic history. Those 3 competed in the Summer Olympics, all 3. True or false? Answer. Did you say false?
Yeah, I do.
Wrong. That's right. Diver Pat McCormick, swimmer Janet Evans, and sprinter Evelyn Ashford.
Like heaven, for little girl.
Blow it out.
Dateline, New York City Weekly UPI College basketball poll just out. Arkansas, Duke, and North Carolina are 1, 2, 3 in the nation. Arizona is number 10 in this poll. UCLA is number 15.
Okay.
Dateline, Lillehammer, tonight's Olympic gold medal total, or medal, just overall medal total. Russia has 9 golds and 19 overall. The United States is down in fifth place with 4 gold and only 7 overall.
You're thumbing through the Sunday used car classifieds, and somewhere along the line, you begin to question the virtue of your fellow humans. The first ad reads, cream puff, cherry. You wonder, is this a dessert or a used car? Owned by Grandma, hardly ever driven, another one says. What are the chances Grandma was on the NASCAR circuit? Well, here's an alternative to the classifieds. Lexus certified pre-owned cars. With a certified pre-owned Lexus, you can rest assured it's been subjected to as many as 100 quality and maintenance checks, and it's backed by a special limited warranty. Your Lexus dealer has the details and can even offer attractive leasing and financing options that rival our new car programs. That's the truth, which is more than you can say about some of what you read in the paper. Lexus certified pre-owned cars, only at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Deadline, Sunset Strip sneak preview. Upcoming momentarily, Joe McDonald back for more to take your phone calls. The numbers to call in Los Angeles and the Valley, 520-5672. In Orange County, 977-5672.
Okay.
Dateline, Lillehammer, Norway. Tonight's Super Corn. Though Tonya Harding's a 15-1 long shot to win a figure skating gold medal this week, listener DT claims she can't lose, he says. Tonya's a lead pipe saint.
Jim Healy, you've got a weak show. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. That's the sports picture. The complete sports story right up to the moment, brought to you by your Southern California Chevrolet dealer, Comp USA and Lexus. Oh, we're going to beat the dreaded 6 o'clock tone by more than 10 seconds. Jim Healy, good night.
You're listening to the Sports Leader, Sports Radio 710, KMPC.